Hey, what's going on? This is Eric Broadway Jones, Bottom to the Top Sports.
We back, Black Elvis.
Yo, man. Pleasure to be in here, 98.9
Yes.
ESPN Radio, Chucktown.
Yes, you already know.
We here for the people, man. Another week, another episode. This is episode 4.
Yes, sir.
Enjoying being on the
5.
platform. 4, 5, 6, 7.
We rolling.
Anyway, man, enjoying being on the platform. We're going to jump right into it. What we talking about?
Come on. We got to talk about the latest and the greatest. I want to know what goes down with DeAndre Ayton.
Let me tell you something, man.
Uh-oh.
One thing about Ayton and his agent, Bill Duffy, who's my guy, real good dude. Big shout out to...
Did you just say you met with Duffy?
That's my dude. That's my dude. Great dude. One of the most professional people in sports. Here's the deal. DeAndre Ayton got a chance to get an extension with Phoenix.
Yes.
He chose not to take the extension. And they was going to sign him for some good bread. And then he played well. Actually averaged 17 and 10 in 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And shot 64% from the field.
Yes.
So that being said, he said, I'm going to bet on myself. They've been in contract negotiations. Obviously, we saw what happened with Phoenix. They didn't win in the playoffs. They didn't, make that run. Didn't make it back to a championship. And then Ayton said, yo, pay me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real, E. Come on. He's a throwback. We ain't seeing that no more. Now with the whole European look and now the positionless players and everything with the hype with that. And then for Ayton to literally be able to have on the table $133 million, 4 years, that's major.
Well, he was looking for more.
I know.
He was trying to be a supermax guy, but they had Devin Booker, and it was clear that they did not want to pay him because they couldn't pay everybody.
Yeah.
So they prioritized Devin Booker. They try to get Ayton on the cheap on the extension, which would have obviously been less money. So now what he did is he put himself in a position to get this $133 million, and then he'll still be in his mid-20s, and he probably can get another max deal out of it. So shout out to the negotiation and Bill Duffy and how he was able to put that together.
Yes, definitely. Hey, let's talk Summer League. Eric is fresh off the plane. Summer League. Well, how was it, man? How was that experience, man?
Well, I'm going to say this, man. Summer League was very interesting. Interesting because we got an opportunity to, interact with some of the NBA legends, the retired players, see some of the new up-and-coming talent. And it's just really the basketball universe in terms of where everybody's congregating. So what's really cool is on the front row, the press row of the game, you see the people coming in and out. So the Lakers playing, so you'll see LeBron and you'll see Westbrook, which is we got to talk about that too.
Okay, no doubt.
And then the game will be over, and then they're out, and the next one, Steph Curry and Draymond. So press row goes to like that team.
Got it.
And the influential people, fans, ownership group, whatever.
Okay.
But just seeing how the Lakers are trying to move right now and trying to move chess pieces, and obviously Russell Westbrook's days are numbered.
As the Lakers, yeah, definitely.
But LeBron and Westbrook in the same gym, at the same game, both current Lakers, you don't even acknowledge each other? You don't say, what's up?
Body language says he's out of there.
But I'm saying, I'm sitting on one side, and you're sitting on the other side across from each other, and you see LeBron physically going to say what's up to people, GMs, players, and Westbrook is on the other side like, I'm good. And you already know how Westbrook gives it up.
Got it.
He's not coming with no like, yo, let me go say what's up to LeBron.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm one of the 75 greatest.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was your take when you kind of saw that they weren't interacting and it was just really, really weird?
I don't think it was weird. I think it's real. Sometimes when you see somebody, how you interact is really what it is. So just because we balled together doesn't mean like we really was the best of friends off the court. So that's going to reflect kind of in how you greet the person when you see them, or how you kick it with them. If you didn't really mess with the person, it's going to be short, but you're going to acknowledge them.
But they didn't acknowledge each other. They didn't even say what's up. And then last year, when they were trying to court him to come to the Lakers, they were buddy.
Says a lot. He's out of there.
My thing is, that's why it was weird for me, because it was like, yo, Russ, they tweeting about each other. They described it as a bromance.
Got it.
So now all of a sudden you go full circle and like y'all don't speak?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What happened during that season? Well, we already know not winning and LeBron having to take that heat and him maybe feeling you like you didn't carry your weight.
Yeah.
Took a toll on that relationship, however it turned. But
absolutely.
I just found that to be very interesting.
Yo, so what about some of the games? How'd you feel about some of the games?
Well, you know, I enjoyed watching Houston.
Okay.
They had a lot of young talent. I really liked what I saw from Jaden Ivey. That Pistons team, if you think about it, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, and then they got Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
Like, those are all guys under 27-ish.
Yeah, those are babies, man.
And they got some players. Like, you saw what Cade Cunningham did once he kind of got into his groove in the NBA. Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
I'm going on record. Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
Over Chet. Over Paolo.
Over Smith Jr.
He didn't look that great. Jabari Smith didn't
didn't look that great.
He's a player.
Yeah.
Didn't look that great. You could see he's feeling his way out. Chet looked good. What did you think of Chet?
I love Chet right now. He's looking sharp. He looking like he belongs there.
Well, I mean, what was your thoughts in terms of, you see people obviously trying to like bully him and play the physical game, but he responded. What was your, like, when you was watching him, how did you kind of, what was your take on Chet?
Well, the first thing I gathered was he's a tough cookie. He wants to smoke.
Yes.
I seen that off rip. He ain't running. So, and I'm sure that's because he is a slim build. He's used to going places and everybody trying to bully him and trying to push him around. So, I mean, hey, you got to be tough.
Yeah, and he showed that mental and physical toughness, along with the fact that a lot of guys like KD, who are more slim of build, like, I'm just so skilled and I'm so nice. You could do all of that physical bullying stuff all you want. Like, you still got to get on this island.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to drown.
And then, then I make my move.
Yeah, I would do that. But one of the interesting things I saw about Summer League was there's 75 coaches on the bench.
Yes.
Like, I'm saying to myself, what's up with all of these polo shirts? Like,
yeah. Yo, everybody's invited to Summer League. Let's look good.
So then when I realized, upon further investigation, they have a program. So it's like a coach's training program.
Okay.
So they invite them out and they have to do a certain amount of hours and you get to be on the bench and do strategy, and they give. So the NBA does probably one of the best jobs of like developing referees, developing coaches, you know, NBA academies in different countries. You just see this farm system with the NBA trying to better its game and the investment that they make. And I heard that for one broadcast overseas in a certain country, it's like $1 billion per broadcast.
Wow.
I don't know how true that is. I'm going to do my investigation, but
that's crazy.
It seems like they're getting a hand over fist. And judging by these contracts that the players are getting, they throwing money around.
They throwing that bread around for sure. You gotta admit, gotta call it as it is.
So we're gonna jump off of basketball for a second.
Let's jump baseball. Come on, big shout out to my boy Derek Jeter. ESPN documentary coming soon. Come on, when is that? July 18th. 7-part series, right? They doing the Michael Jordan thing, huh?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something, man. It's a 7-part series going to air July 18th. Definitely, like you said, 10 p.m. Tune into ESPN. Big shout out to ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. But I am not only a Derek Jeter fan, obviously I'm a Yankee fan. 14 games in front now, but who's counting? But I'm a fan of Derek Jeter, the person. And there's a good side of Derek Jeter, and there's a side of him that is so professional. I don't even know how much fun he was having when he was playing. he was so fixated on winning, and he was so into everything that went into winning. Like, you almost overlooked how great he was.
Yeah.
Because he had a next play mentality, and I adopted that. And I said to myself, man, I wonder how much fun I may have missed out on because I was so concerned about what's going to be, like, what's next. Like, you win a championship and you go right back into training.
Yeah, well, that was you. I'm celebrating. Party. We turning up. Then we go back to the gym.
Yo, but you could see Derek Jeter always in shape. Like, his shirt's always tucked in his pants. He always had his little, crew cut haircut until he had to come on home. But he looked like the quintessential baseball player.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he was about 6'3". He had the arm. He hit for average. He could hit for power when it's necessary. He won a couple of gold gloves. It was like, if you're designing a baseball player on and off the field, specifically off the field, he's the poster child.
Nugget time. For you athletes out there who wants to get NIL deals, branding deals, advertising deals, just take a page out of Derek Jeter's book. Very clean cut. Very positive. Just look. Never got caught up in the nonsense. When you want that bread, you have to present yourself to get that bread. So go ahead, E. Sorry about that.
No. That's very, very, very noteworthy, because when you look at it, he doesn't overwhelm you with his stats. He doesn't jump off the page. He's not creating headlines except for when he performs on the field, right? So he's not looking to create a media storm. At a certain time, media attention, it came from what you did on the court, on the field, in your play. And you made SportsCenter because you had 2 home runs, or you hit for the cycle, or you had 3 ribbies, or you're on a 10-game winning streak, and, whatever. Not because you're arguing with a teammate, because you got some trouble with, a woman that you're dealing with, or whatever the case may be. And I know life happens, but at the end of the day, when you talk about people who did it the right way, Derek Jeter is definitely somebody you want to model yourself after. Now, we'll leave with this thought regarding Jeter.
Yes.
Didn't seem like it was all peaches and cream with A-Rod.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It's obvious now. It's coming out.
So, A-Rod is no stranger to drama. We know about the alleged steroid use. We know about the trial. We know about Madonna. We know about J-Lo. Like, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So that eventually takes away from your legacy as a player.
Yeah.
And he's a great businessman. I actually love him on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Very knowledgeable. A-Rod is polished.
Yes, definitely.
But it just seems as he came out in an article and he said something about Jeter, and Jeter didn't take too kindly to it.
Didn't sit well with him, huh?
Well, Jeter talked about loyalty and how big that was to him. And when A-Rod said that, it basically was like, I'm good on you.
Got it.
So he shut it down, and it don't seem like those are the best of friends. And even, when he came to New York, A-Rod moved to third just because they were both shortstops.
That is true.
And hopefully they can mend fences and have conversations and talk through it as men, and
Yes.
that's that.
Well, big shout out to the captain.
Yeah, big shout out to the captain, D. Jeter, man.
ESPN, check it out. July 18th, 10 p.m. Check it out. Yo, I know we off basketball. Brittany Griner, what's going on? Like, yo, we got to talk about things that's going on in the world. Also, what is up? I need your opinion. How do you feel about this situation, bro?
Well, I'm going to just go on record and say this. I hope and pray that she gets released.
Yeah, it's been over 120 days now. It's crazy.
So, first thing is I've never seen the inside of a jail cell, so I don't want to sit here and act like I understand what that life is like. Secondly, you put on top of that, you're in Russia.
Yeah.
with limited communication with your loved ones,
Yeah.
and she has played in Russia for many years, I believe 9. And she probably felt as if they loved her because she's won championships.
No doubt. No
you know,
doubt.
let me just put this out there for people who listen to sports and who watch sports. Sports transcends ethnicity, socioeconomic backgrounds, and religion.
Yeah.
Sports is like a religion. And
Yeah.
and if you can play a sport, people will revere you and they will see you at a certain level that they may not see somebody else
Absolutely.
who's of the same religion or ethnicity, right? So they may be biased towards a set of people, but not you.
Yeah.
Although you are in those set of people.
Absolutely.
So that being said, Brittany, being an athlete, an elite athlete, probably put herself in that category. Let's call the facts.
Yeah, definitely.
She went in there with a vape, and she got caught. It was against the law. Do I think they're going a little extra hard on her? I think so.
I think so too.
However, with the unrest going on with the Ukraine and Russia and the United States' part in it, and Russia just trying to play strong arm as they always do. I feel like if I'm coming home, I'm not giving nobody a reason.
Yeah, no question.
And she probably got through with a vape before.
That's the problem with it. You know what I mean? Where she was so comfortable, and it's like, wait a minute, huh?
You put your toes up for 1 minute and you got $1.20.
That's crazy.
So, what's your take on it, bro?
I mean, I gave you my take. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. For one, I mean, hey, if that's what you do, that's your prerogative. But I'm not commuting. I'm not traveling. I'm not doing that. Like, that just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. But, hey, this is a lesson that we all can learn. It's real. Especially you kids out there. See, it's real. So don't try to go from one state to the other state thinking it's sweet.
And that one state or that country might not be with what your state is with.
But that's how it goes in the States.
It's different. It's different.
Come on, let's talk a little tennis.
Well,
I said that like I'm nice, right? Like this ball.
I see the backhand in the shadows. Bro. I see the backhand in the shadows. Well, first of all, Djokovic just won his 7th Wimbledon title.
That's crazy.
And, we know about the Jimmy Connors, we know about the Agassiz, but in recent history, Federer and Nadal and Djokovic, they kind of been going back and forth. And 7 Wimbledon titles, man, along with the other Grand Slams that he has, it was almost like you saw the potential for an upset, but it's just something about experience.
And the will.
Yeah.
The
like
will to win.
And they say you have to lose before you win. And you could see that along his path, even in the quarters and the semis, you could see he was being tested, but he wasn't being broken. So big shout out to Djokovic. Big shout out to Elena, who won on the women's side.
Yeah.
Speaking of Russia, she's from Russia. And you notice I didn't say her last name, right? You see I just skipped over that? But she won on the women's side, her first title. Big shout out to her. And if you know anything about Russia, the country, aka USSR, remember they was USSR?
USSR.
The Soviets, they are very stoic people. They're void of emotion on a lot of occasions, and a lot of people were just noting that she cracked a smile for the first time. But again, right, it's that Derek Jeter thing we talked about, just kind of circling back on that. You win, man, you deserve the smile, and big shout out to her for taking that title home and bringing that back to Russia. She deserved it, man. She played well, and she showed resolve, and she could be one of those names in tennis that we're going to hear a lot from.
That's awesome. Highlight time.
It's your time.
highlight time. Who are we going to highlight? What about Gus?
Yo, you talk about throwback. So we go in high school basketball. We taking it to Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin. We going all the way to the Midwest. Talk about Gus.
Gus, 6'8", 240. Yo, I seen him play.
Yeah.
I like what I see. Back to like it's funny how we talked about Aiden.
Right.
And then now we on the what? Throwback center. Because he definitely was looking for it in the post.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely dropping down. I seen all of the moves. They look good.
You know what? Gus is 6'8", 240, and he can't jump over the Sunday paper.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he moves in the post, his balance and coordination, and the ability to stretch the court and be a stretch four.
I was gonna say he looked like he could shoot it because he knocked down a couple of threes.
I mean, he's not doing this against a lesser level of competition. He's playing in the EYBL with the City Rocks.
No question.
And he's been a force to be reckoned with. And it just goes to show you don't have to have a 40-inch vertical to be effective. You can do more with less. And Gus is definitely a prime example of somebody who can operate in the post and be effective without, those attributes in terms of athleticism.
So with that being said, kids, listen. If you have no hops, stop trying to dunk every time. Focus on your strengths. You know what I mean? Then expand on your weaknesses. But first, we have to understand our strengths. That's why I thought this kid was a very great highlight. Because, like I say, he doesn't jump, but what he has is great footwork. He has a high IQ.
Correct.
He can shoot it.
Yes.
And you can just see he can ball. He can play.
He's a hooper.
And
he got a little edge to him, which I love, man.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's willing to get out there and compete and mix it up a little bit, talk a little smack. And you can see once you watch him, you can see it ain't Tommy Salami. It ain't phony, let me offer a description. Tommy Salami, for those of you don't know, that means like a fake or a phony. Right? That's like a Bronx. 10473. Big shout out to the Salami section of the Bronx. Tommy Salami, y'all can use that, by the way.
Now, didn't he sign?
Yeah, he's committed to Wisconsin.
He's going to Wisconsin.
So
wow, that's major.
He's a 2023, and Wisconsin is getting a great one in Gus Walden. So make sure y'all do your homework. Google him, YouTube him. You'll be happy to see the highlights on this kid.
Yeah, I just gotta give us a little credit too.
What's up?
The emails we've been getting. We've been picking some real good kids to highlight.
No doubt.
We're getting our props on the low, so we want to put it out there. Keep emailing us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let us know if you know someone who we should highlight, who you feel is really one of the top kids in the country at what they do.
Yo, really quickly before we go on, make sure you follow us on IG and on TikTok at Eric Jones 1481. That's Eric with a C, not with a K. Who would spell it with a K? EricJones 1481. Make sure you go follow, show love, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff.
Yes. Yo, but you know who I want to give a shout out to?
You got to shout out your IG, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, _black_Elvis. That's
Okay.
Right now, I want to shout out Scoochie Smith, my nephew.
Oh, we doing family plugs. We doing nepotism.
No, he got them good shorts popping in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out, man. Keep grinding, man. I love it.
So we're talking about Scoochie Smith of Dayton fame.
And he got the camp coming up next week, man.
I was going to talk about that. He also played with the Cleveland Cavaliers on an Exhibit 10 contract, so he got a sniff in the league. Big shout out to Scooch, great dude. And Malachi Smith and Scoochie Smith, both wore number 11, both played at Dayton. Malachi Smith, the MVP of the season one, his first season at Dayton as a freshman, first time ever done. And they're both from the Bronx. Big shout out to Elliot Rosado.
Yeah, shout out to Elio.
Yeah, man. And they got the Smith camp coming up. So if you
shout out to the whole Eden Wall.
Yeah.
Sousa Park.
If you are in the Ohio area, specifically Dayton, check out the Smith camp featuring Malachi.
Yes, Google it.
And Scoochie Smith.
Yes, sir.
So Al, I feel like the people need to know So L,
Yes, sir.
you know, we got this section called Ask Elvis.
Uh-huh.
So what you got for the people, man? We asking Elvis. We need advice. We need guidance. We need some foresight. What we talking about?
Let's see. Any particular sport or just in general?
Your advice to somebody, a young athlete. What advice would you get to a young athlete?
I think the biggest advice I can give is rest.
That's a new one.
Why I say rest? Because that's when you grow. I think that's literally when you stretch. And when you look at it, you have so many kids. Let me give you a perfect example. You have cool kids. Cool kids don't rest. They want to hang out. They want to play video games. They want to be up all night talking to the shorties. But
the shorties,
yes,
meaning young ladies.
The
you gotta give
ladies.
these different differences.
So now, the kid's up all night. He's got a game, a very important game the next day, but he's still got to get up. He's got to go through school all day. He's bugging. Rest.
Or she's bugging.
Or she's bugging. Rest.
So rest is very vital and important, and I feel like that's a good point because that's something that gets overlooked. Your body needs time to recover. Your body needs time to digest food. Your body needs time to recharge and recover.
Yes.
Quite frankly.
Yes.
So that being said, man, I'm going to give my tidbit of the day. I believe that whatever you do, man.
I think we should call it the EJ5 word of the day.
Okay. I'm going to call it the EJ5 word of the day, and I'm going to say belief in yourself. It's important, no matter what anybody thinks, the belief in yourself has to stay steadfast because you're going to get knocked down, you're going to get picked up, you're going to get knocked down again. And if you have that belief in yourself, that's the one thing that you can lean on, count on, and be able to say, you know what? I can do it, and support will come once you perform, whatever it is in the classroom, on the court, whatever the case may be. So always believe in yourself before anybody else believes in you.
Yes, that is it.
So we're going to go with a little hit and run style. You know how we do.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick a team. You're going to give the insight, and you're going to share the information as you see it.
Okay.
New York Yankees. Home or away uniforms, pinstripes or gray?
Pinstripes. I want to know who you starting in the prime of Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland. Who are you starting?
Why are you going to do that?
And
Why
you can't say...
Why are you going to do that? No. You don't can't tell me what I can't do. Why are you going to do that?
It's a hard one for you. Look.
No, first of all, Mark Jackson is like I'm a St. John's guy. And Rod Strickland is a brick bro. I'm starting them both.
You see? I said you can't start.
You didn't say. I cut you off before you said it. I cut you off because I knew you was going to try to do that to me.
Yo, that's that bull crap.
Yo, listen. I'm starting them both. Hello. Yo, watch that Point Guards documentary. The New York City Point Guards, Gods, Point Guards.
Yes.
Yo, Mark Jackson and Rod Strickland both featured in it. Big shout out to the big bros. New York City basketball forever. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes, man. But we wrapping it up, man.
Okay. What's the last one?
I really feel this is a good show, but I'm going to leave you with this.
What's up? What you got?
E, who you going with? Come on, man. We're going to take it home on this one.
Okay.
Tiny Archibald or Jerry West?
Wow. So Jerry West is the logo.
He's the logo.
Tiny Archibald, the only player to ever lead the NBA in scoring and assists in one season. Jerry West, obviously, a ton of championships. I'm taking both.
He said, it's the second time you hit me with that. Yo, you getting like the interviewees now.
You know what? Tiny Archibald's from the Bronx, but Jerry West is like...
the logo.
He's the legend.
He's the logo.
You know what? Pass. But anyway.
Let's wrap it up.
Well, another one in the books, Al, man.
Yes, sir.
Love is love, always.
Love to do it.
Thank you to ESPN. Thank you to all the people who help us make this happen. Big shout out to the team, Jerry Ice, D. Jones, City Legends. Appreciate you, 98.9. Chucktown, we here.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to ESPN, the platform, 98.9. Much love. Big shout. I got some new shout outs.
Okay, who you got?
Big shout out to my cousin Elliot.
Okay.
Big shout out to Sean Black, Mikey. Big shout out to my man Reality working behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
But you know who we give the biggest shout out to?
Tell him.
The man upstairs. Peace.
Peace.